Here on the midweek edition of the South African Morning. Very cloudy outside in Johannesburg. We'll bring you another weather forecast a little bit later. Now, it's a big problem when police in Cape Town seem to be under siege as a result of criminals. Let me tell you why I say this. It comes after two incidents in which officers came under attack and people suspected of crime evaded arrest. The matter is under investigation at the moment. Joined by Mpho Kwinika, General Secretary of the Independent Policing Union of South Africa, joining us this morning. Mpho, good morning to you. Thanks very much for your time. So we have a suspect storming into police stations and stopping police from doing their jobs. Who's really in charge in this country, criminals or the police, do you think?
The police should be in charge, but the criminals seems to be taking an advantage of the defunct, if not collapsed, policing in this country. I think we need to really send, as communities, a very strong warning to those people who have organized that invasion of that police station and remove those two suspects, because that case is called aiding and abetting the escape of from lawful custody of those people, and they need to return those people as a matter of urgency. Because if that does not take place, it will have sent a wrong message, and those invasions may continue throughout the country.
Just to bring viewers into the loop of this particular point you just made, this is the incident where suspects walked into a police station and had managed to free two people held in custody and had them simply walk out of the police station. I'm curious, Mpho, when we say that strong warnings must be sent, I don't think strong warnings are going to matter. We have criminals walking in and taking advantage of our police. Why do we think a warning is going to make any difference at all?
Look, while we are struggling to get our policing correct in this country, of which all of us have accepted that, the president have accepted that from the SONA early this year, we need to make sure that those remaining police officers who are doing a very good job, a very sterling work, need to be protected. A police station is a fortress. A police station is a place where, when the police officers are chased from the crime scenes or anywhere else outside, they all run to that place. And if that place is not safe for them, then I don't know where will they operate from. We cannot afford to live in this country without a very strong, formidable institution such as the police, because it protects the rights of people, their lives and property. So without policing in this country, we are not going to live the lives that we are supposed to be living.
I think even with the policing in this country, a lot of people would argue they're not living the lives that they're meant to be living. However, I do agree with you that I think the vast majority of police are trying to do a good job. Let's talk about them for a moment, those who are out putting their lives on the line, and we thank them for it. What do they need in order to be able to do their jobs, though? Because right now, criminals are in charge. It's simply a case of waiting for another police fatality, or have I got this wrong?
The police are working, I think the police management are working very hard. The president, again, has came out in the SONA, providing them with more support, increasing the numbers that are needed, though they are very few. We have seen that he's encouraging the communities to work with them. He is going to fill up the positions that are very critical. All of these things, he is trying to make sure that the police service is beefed up properly to deal with the issues of crime without fear, favor, nor prejudice. So to our policemen and women out there, we as the Independent Policing Union of South Africa understand the trying conditions under which they find themselves in, but they must never give in. They must never give up. South Africans depend on them. The country depends on them. We all depend on them. And if there is any moment that they are needed most, it is today. Until such time that the reorganizing of the South African Police Service, in terms of what all of us want to see happen, not in terms of what we have seen in the letter or circulated by the Deputy National Commissioner of Police on the 14th of March, talking about reorganizing the service. That is not reorganizing. That is like taking over the police because the current National Commissioner of Police have got 16 days to leave. Why hurriedly want to implement an agreement that was supposed to have been implemented in 2020? Why do it today? Let it go and allow the new National Commissioner of Police, whether acting or permanently employed, to sit down and look into the work study and incorporate the issues which we have seen happening in this country.
And I'm sure there's a lot that needs to go into the study, Mpho, and I want to leave this as a last question to you, just briefly if we can. We're going to do studies, we're going to have investigations, we're going to possibly have commissions looking into how the police can better their services. We have criminals walking into police stations and taking over. What do we need? Bigger guns, more police. It can't be a case of being diplomatic. What do we do to stop this?
This is organized crime. We need police officers to be organized. We need community policing forums. We need to see many intelligence units being deployed in that space and make sure that we identify these people who are doing this crime and that those people must be brought to justice. We are not going to tell the police to go and arm themselves and go and into a war. That is not what we're looking for. IPUSA is calling on each and every person who have got keen interest in policing to participate in making sure that crime in this country is dealt with, and harshly so.
Well, up to this point, unfortunately, Mpho Kwinika, the impression is that South African police aren't doing very well, despite, as you say, many police officers wanting to do their best. But I appreciate you joining us. Mpho Kwinika, General Secretary of the Independent Policing Union of South Africa, TUMZA. And while I don't take away from